Hey, and welcome everyone. I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. And of course, if you're happy with the content that I'm providing and would like to see some more, please hit the subscribe button. I'm happy to share with you. You know, the more I observe BTS and the more I see their success, I marvel particularly at the character of these young men. The ability to maintain such a high level of emotional and psychological balance despite being exposed to an extreme regimen where day in and day out there are all kinds of expectations and demands put on these young men. So you can imagine that it's pretty difficult to sustain a healthy mental balance with all of that pressure that they feel. But interestingly, one of the things that helps with their coping from a psychological standpoint is that they engage consistently in play. And play isn't just for kids, not at all, because there's lots of psychological benefits that we accrue when we play. It's certainly well documented that children benefit from playful behavior because it helps them develop their cognitive and social skills that are necessary for adjustment in later life. But the research is also showing that play and playfulness is essential for good mental health in adults. And when we see BTS interact amongst themselves, we see that they interject play a great deal. And we know from the psychological research that play in adults has a significant role in creating psychological and emotional well-being. Let's explore this psychological dynamic of play as it relates to BTS, and let's see how play factors in to their coping and their ability to maintain a balanced psychological state.
야야 마지막 야 마지막 잘 맞았어. 이제 제대로 한 번 더 찍자.
All right, guys, right off the bat, you could see how play is beneficial. Clearly, it makes you feel good. It generates feelings of happiness. And when we play, what happens in a physiological sense is that our brains release chemicals like endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine. These are all feel-good chemicals. And when they are released in our bodies, they make us feel happy. And one of the things that occurs when we feel happy is that it's a buffer against depression and anxiety. So if you're feeling happy, you're not going to be feeling anxious and depressed. Playfulness helps you feel good.
요즘 사회는 감성으로 돌아갑니다.
저는 뭐 친구 없습니까?
What we see in these clips is that when you're in the presence of someone who is laughing and having fun, there's a good chance that those pleasurable feelings are going to be transferred to you. And there is a psychological phenomenon behind that, and it's called mirroring or emotional contagion. In other words, if we're in the presence of someone who's feeling good and happy, we tend to mimic that behavior and those emotions. And as a result, we become happy and feel pleasure. So there's a contagiousness that is emitted from people who are happy. And we pick up those feelings and we experience them ourselves. So being around people who are feeling good and happy is a positive experience for us as well.
지민아 좋아?
Having fun or being around people who are having fun is a huge stress reliever. I mentioned before the release of various feel-good chemicals that go on when you're having fun, and as a result, stress and tension are minimized. And not only that, those feel-good chemicals can help fight against any kind of physical pain that you're experiencing as well. So doing things that bring fun and pleasure certainly is a relaxation tool. And to that end, there are all kinds of stress relieving, anxiety relieving benefits.
연결되면 되는 거 아니야 이거? 기다려봐. 아 이거 방법 다 있어.
달려라.
고! 자, 달려라! 박사!
By engaging in playful activities, we also improve our cognitive abilities. Clearly for BTS, they need to be sharp. They've got to learn new dance moves, they got to learn new lyrics, they have an agenda that requires them to be involved with their public. So having sharp cognitive skills is important, and play will do that for them. For example, if you play chess or puzzles, you're challenging your brain to be more effective in terms of problem solving and adjusting to the world. But play can also involve some very unstructured kinds of activities, like just goofing around and being silly. And we see that a lot with BTS. But that in itself can stimulate cognitive growth and brain growth. It's a real boost to your mental facilities. And the reason is that even in playful goofiness, you're using your imagination, you're being productive, and you're being creative. Those are essential qualities to functioning at a high level as well.
되게 시끄럽게. 누구냐? 아, 너 무겁다.
영화를 찍어라.
A huge benefit of play, and this is particularly relevant to the BTS members, is that play helps to intensify relationships and connections between people. By sharing laughter and fun, we foster a sense of intimacy and empathy and compassion and trust for the other members of the group. So this is essential for group cohesiveness. So play and laughter perform an essential role in bringing people together and creating a sense of community and a sense of bonding with one another. It strengthens our relationships by bringing people closer together. Essential for a well-running groups such as BTS.
아이고 그래. 아이고 왜 이렇게 수고가 많아. 아유 졸려. 잘 자.
너희들 어디 내보내겠어. 그러니까 지민이 이런 거 하고.
I guess it's hard not to notice all of the touching that goes on amongst the BTS members. There's a psychological reason behind that and a psychological benefit behind all that touching. Let me tell you, humans thrive on positive physical touch. Whether it's a congratulatory high five, whether it's a long, endearing hug, or whether it's simply a soft touch on the shoulder. By having human touch, we are contributing to our physiological and psychological well-being. The research is really clear on this. Human touch is necessary right from birth on through our entire lifetime in terms of contributing to a good, healthy sense of well-being. Humans don't just want touch, we need touch. It's essential for our mental health and physiological health. We know that people who have been deprived of physical touch, whether during childhood or later in life, that they tend to develop what's called touch deprivation. It can lead to anxiety, it can lead to depression, and it can lead to all kinds of physiological problems as well. Positive moments of human touch are critical because they change our entire body chemistry. When we are touched, it has a calming effect on our nervous system. Our blood pressure is lowered, our heart rate is lowered, and there's just a general sense of calm and relaxation that's generated through touch. Perhaps one of the most significant findings that we know about when we touch another person is that it releases a particular chemical in our body called oxytocin. And oxytocin is responsible for generating feelings of bonding and closeness with another person. When a mother touches their child, or when two adults hold hands or entangle in a hug, oxytocin is released. And oxytocin simply has the effect of making you feel bonded and close to that person. So it's clear that this form of bonding that takes place is essential for this group in terms of creating cohesiveness and unity and the ability to function on a high level together. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the playfulness of BTS. I certainly did. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I would appreciate it if you would like me to share some more content with you, to please hit the subscribe button. In the meantime, learn how to bring some more fun into your life. It will definitely benefit you. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and peace out.